The night was dark and the air was cold as I walked alone on the deserted streets. The only sound was the echo of my footsteps against the pavement, creating an eerie sense of isolation. I pulled my coat tighter around me, trying to ward off the chill that seemed to seep into my bones. As I turned a corner, I felt a sudden prickling sensation at the back of my neck, as if someone, or something, was watching me. I quickened my pace, my heart pounding in my chest, as I tried to shake off the feeling of dread that was creeping over me. The streetlights flickered ominously overhead, casting long shadows that seemed to reach out towards me like gnarled fingers. I could feel the hairs on the back of my neck standing on end as a sense of unease washed over me. I passed by abandoned buildings, their windows boarded up and their doors locked tight. The sense of isolation grew stronger with each step, and I couldn't shake the feeling that I was being followed. Suddenly, I heard a noise behind me, an echoing footstep that seemed to mirror my own. I spun around, but there was nothing there. My breath caught in my throat as I realized that I was truly alone on the desolate streets. I picked up my pace, trying to ignore the sense of foreboding that lingered in the air. But as I turned another corner, I came face to face with a figure standing in the darkness. It was tall and shadowy, its features obscured by the dim light of the street lamp. My heart raced as I tried to make out its face, but all I could see were two glowing red eyes that seemed to pierce through me. I stumbled backwards, my heart pounding in my chest as I realized that I was face to face with something truly sinister. I tried to turn and run, but my feet seemed to be rooted to the spot as the figure began to move towards me. I could hear its heavy footsteps echoing in the stillness of the night, each one sending a shiver down my spine. I tried to scream, but no sound came out as the figure drew closer, its eyes burning with a malevolent hunger. Just as I thought I was doomed, a sudden burst of light flooded the street, illuminating the figure in all its terrifying glory. It was a creature straight out of my worst nightmares, a twisted, hunched figure with clawed hands and a mouth full of jagged teeth. I closed my eyes, unable to bear the sight of the monster that stood before me. But when I opened them again, it was gone, as if it had never been there at all. I sank to my knees, shaking with fear, as I realized that I had narrowly escaped a fate worse than death. I stumbled back to my feet and ran as fast as I could, desperate to put as much distance between myself and the horrors that lurked in the darkness. As I ran, I could hear the echoes of that night reverberating in my mind, an endless loop of footsteps, glowing eyes, and a monster that stalked me through the shadows. And I knew that I would never be able to walk alone at night again without feeling the cold hand of fear clutching at my heart.